shitcoin to shitcoin. I mean, imagine telling your coworker you're quitting because Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10, and you coin. Imagine the media reporting on Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10, and you. Ticker is Bitcoin, breaking 1 billion market cap. Now, unless you hate money, go ahead and visit
HPOSNI.com.
This token is the end game. It's the shitcoin to shitcoin. I mean, imagine telling your coworker you're quitting because Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10, and you coin. Imagine the media reporting on Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10, and you. Ticker is Bitcoin, breaking 1 billion market cap. Now, unless you hate money, go ahead and visit
HPOSNI.com.
This token is the end game. It's the shitcoin to shitcoin. I mean, imagine telling your coworker you're quitting because Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10, and you coin. Imagine the media reporting on Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10, and you. Ticker is Bitcoin, breaking 1 billion market cap. Now, unless you hate money, go ahead and visit
HPOSNI.com.
This token is the end game. It's the shitcoin to shitcoin. I mean, imagine telling your coworker you're quitting because Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10, and you coin. Imagine the media reporting on Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10, and you. Ticker is Bitcoin, breaking 1 billion market cap. Now, unless you hate money, go ahead and visit
HPOSNI.com.
This token is the end game. It's the shitcoin to shitcoin. I mean, imagine.
Hello. What is going on, guys, gals, aliens, and degenerate crypto enthusiasts? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Dano Crypto. On this channel, we show you guys how to make simple, effective, and easy moves in the cryptocurrency ecosystems. And we have been doing this consistently on this channel for the past 3 years, my friends. And we have been on a 2-year live stream streak where we have not missed a beat. We've even done 2 live streams in a day. So you guys are part of the dojo crew, if you didn't know that. So if you've been watching this long, if you're just coming in, you've subscribed, you're liked, you're clicking on the links, you're joining in the Discord, you're getting in the conversation, you're training in the dojo, you are part of the Dano Dojo crew. So I want to bow to you guys for staying consistent, being here, and just getting through the pressure, you know, because with being able to take the pressure, you will be forged like a diamond in this space. So today we're going to be talking about the price action. We're going to be talking about the calls that we made yesterday and the day before that are now coming to fruition today. And our predictions came true. You know, we don't have 100% hit rate, but we do have a pretty good instinct and intuition in what these markets are doing, where the money's flowing, how we can not get gaslit, and also light our portfolio on fire. You know, we want to basically stay consistent. We want to DCA, we want to compound, and we want to not be emotional. So we want to give you guys the steps and the right head on your shoulders to be able to survive and thrive through the next, volatility cycles that we're going to be going through. So I want to keep us in line, consistent, and that is the best way that I can provide value for you guys. And everything's free. I don't charge for anything. All I ask is that you guys like, share, subscribe, Just do everything you can to be evangelistic for crypto channels and channels that you like in general, because the algorithm is it's not an easy algorithm to push through. We basically have discovered multiple things that were killing algorithm for crypto content creators across all social medias, X, just everything. And specifically X, it was due to content suppression through the actual obvious algorithm funnels were putting crypto content at the very bottom of the barrel. So we were, you're more likely to be shown a political thing or something to get you outraged, or a video of something happening negative that gets you your emotions going, and it gets you scrolling and replying more instead of showing you a crypto post or a crypto meme or something funny. So we obviously knew that was happening, but then on YouTube, we actually discovered that the reason why a lot of the content creators are getting suppressed is because there is a massive flooding of AI slop content like this. This guy, this AI Asian dude. This AI Asian dude has been flooding the airwaves, and people are using this guy because I guess he's cheap to use. Or my wife had a really good explanation and said, this might be YouTube themselves. They could be gaming the system by creating all of these accounts and then basically using the same person to be able to just get basically confluent, consistent, where this is compliant. There's no risk of this AI person going quote rogue, because it's just getting relevant information that's happening right now, running it through AI, and people are falling for this. Like, they're thinking this dude's real, but they don't understand and don't go further like I do, like we should and we will in the Dano Dojo crew. See, we don't look at things on surface value, surface level. We go deep, we dive in, we bust our damn chin diving into the stuff that people want to avoid and just look past. This is why you watch this channel, because I'm going to give it to you like someone is Sherlock Holming what is happening right now. Okay, so look, Kevin Huang, same AI Asian slop. Bullion Watch, same AI Asian slop. Boring Currency. It's the same guy. It's the same guy.
As you sit at your computer.
It's the same. John A.G., same guy. Metals and Markets, oh, it's the same damn guy. Oh my God.
Computer, or hold your phone in your hand. Don't wait for confirmation. I need you to do something. By the time Referral realizes exact projected average liquidation here's thousands of dollars. I'm just going to assume your story is an investment strategy. Here's what they're not.
Now, do you see? You see, I had a freaking nightmare last night about this AI Asian guy. I freaking had a nightmare. I have to break this. This is part of the intro expose, guys. Sorry. I had a nightmare last night about this freaking guy because it bothered me so bad that I had found 10, 15, 20 different channels with the same AI slop, and all of the channels have more subscribers than mine does. And I thought to myself, this has to be one of the catalysts of why there had just been no traction on some of these channels, because it's not just happening to mine, it was happening to a lot. Some even as far as they just banned them. They were like, you broke community guidelines being a real person. Sorry, you're not AI and you're not part of the system, so you need to get banned. So this gave me a freaking nightmare last night. I literally had a nightmare that the AI Asian like took off and ran off with my wife. I'm like, I swear to God, it was like, I woke up and I was like, I was like, what is going on? So yeah, I might be a little rumbled with this. Speaking of Rumble, check out the new Rumble wallet. If you guys haven't checked out the new Rumble wallet yet, this is a fully self-custodial wallet that you have your private keys. It's a way to get exposure into Bitcoin or the stable coin market, USDT and USD Gold, which is 1-to-1 ratioed back to the price of gold. If you didn't know that, Tether is involved in ratioing not only the US dollar, but gold. So that's pretty cool. And we are going to get into the stable coins as well, because the topic of discussion today is going to be all of the things that we could not be are not being told about the Genius and Clarity Act. So Coinbase has been very much all up in legislation's booty and in the government, in the where all the politicians are. And it just seems a little odd. It's like, okay, Coinbase, why isn't everyone else as strong going into fighting for Genius and Clarity Act? So there's some sneaky things apparently going on with the bill and with the act, because it's like a 300-page thing. And this is what they usually do in government. There's like all of this stuff, it's pages and pages of things, and then they sneak in this little thing where they get to control it. They get to get a piece. You can't do it without sending paperwork and all this, bureaucracy bullcrap that basically makes it to where now they control it. And if you try to do some type of DeFi or some type of whatever, they have the ability, because of their jurisdiction, they can just be like, well, we're going to sue you. We can shut you down. We can fine you. If you break the law, do it too many times, we could throw you in a cage. And so this is not what we want. We don't want this. We wanted protection, but we don't want surveillance. We've already been fully surveilled since the Patriot Act. It's been like the whole method of the NSA, the CIA, the FBI, all of these government, non-government entities, but they're basically federally, privately funded, and also are using taxpayer money as well, which is hilarious. They, you think that they are going to let us, in a decentralized manner, just be like, yeah, we're just gonna operate in our own money system. We'll just be over here, and you'll leave us alone, right? No, they're going to, even if Bitcoin itself was a decentralized entity that was trying to break free from the control of this, they're still going to try and come after it somehow. And I think the only way that they're able to truly actually come after it is by putting all these regulatory frameworks around it. When that breaks Satoshi's vision completely of decentralization, that breaks the whole point of what crypto is to be a Web3 peer-to-peer. You take part of the network, and it's only that in your participation and you signing the contract, and you being the person that operates the throughput and output along with these entities, with these protocols, we should be able to freely do so. Now, it's a slippery slope to be like, yeah, we should just be decentralized. Well, that's just like saying, yeah, well, it should just be anarchy out here and people should faction out and, try and set up their own societies and things. And yeah, see how that works. Yeah, it doesn't work. Because there's always a power struggle. There's always some crazy, super radical person that ends up wanting to take control and then tries to sleep with all the women and then ends up poisoning, killing everyone. That's what happens. So there does have to be some type of framework and a basis of quote, like crypto commandments, like thou shalt not, thou shalt not rug pull. Thou shalt not have no reserves to back up wherever, thou shall, whatever. I don't know. We should have like the crypto 10 commandments. We should create that. But that's what makes it so tricky. It's like, it can't be fully free. It can't be fully controlled. We don't want to be surveilled, but we also want to be able to quote, be protected. Then there's this level of okay, well, how much risk are you willing to take? Because this is that's the game. That's the whole game, is you have to be able to play the game, take the risk. That's what separates the poor people from the rich people and the successful people from the people that just stay at their same base level and stay on easy mode. But if you want to go into medium hard, you want to go on hardcore, you want to go on legendary mode, where when you get shot, you're like, poof, you get like, but you got to get back up and get to the next level. Like, because when you enter in crypto, guess what? Hardcore mode, it's activated. And you, by taking this risk, will hopefully in our, game of life here, we'll get like the sigil, the seal, the achievement where it pops up on the screen and you get the achievement. So the pros is that we do get established federal framework for stablecoins. It makes it easier for banks and payment processors to kind of like adopt the tech, and you know what blockchains to use. Because imagine like, a company wants to come in and they're like, oh, I've heard about this crypto stuff. And then they go on some chain that's just like garbage and they try and use it. And then there's no reserves. The stable coin on there gets depegged. Imagine an institution going into Luna and doing all their business on Luna. And then look what happens with Luna. The stable coin got depegged. And we have Raoul Paul saying it's basically risk free. And it just nuked and made people jump out of damn windows. So there does have to be some type, there's got to be some type of checks and balances and be able to be like, okay, are you actually solvent? Are you liquid? Like, are you, so that's important. Reduces risk of any other Terra Luna style collapse. Exactly. Consumer protections, reserve requirements. So basically in this is like if a bank or a state wants to issue a stable coin, they have to have the proper reserves to be able to do it. So then if something happens, they're able to make whole 1-to-1 in insurance, in escrow, in reserves to be able to redeem. Redemption guarantees, meaning that if you want to be able to redeem those, you can redeem it. Clear issuer accountability. So like if something happens, like there needs to be consequence and actually like, hey, if you do this, like you're gonna get a strike, you won't be able to operate, this business in this way. So keeps the bad actors out, keeps the people who are actually going to want to keep a sustained legitimate business going in crypto. And so that's good. Those are the pros. Keeps USD backed stablecoins competitive globally. So then if you, like we've been talking about, me and Headband on this channel, if you're not putting your money where the throughput is going to be going, which is the on-chain stable coins, they're going to mint stable coins on-chain. And so Tron, Solana, Sui, Ethereum, all of these blockchains are minting stables. And then the layer 2s on Ethereum are also minting stables in the $500 million valuation. That's TVL locked, TVL coming in. We need to be in the protocols like we've been doing with Kronos recently, is going into Kronos. This is where a lot of stablecoin flow is going to start coming in. You go into the pairs, and same with Pulse Chain. You go into the pairs and provide liquidity where people are about to come in and start swapping money around. You get to be the bank and generate the fees. This is DeFi, my friends. Just because the government is barking, going back and forth, and the federal and the feds are just, but no, this is why Web3 exists. You can say, cool, I'm going to be over here doing this because I can use the internet and my address that I can make without having to ask 12 seed word phrase, and I can take part in this network. I'm a node. You can't tax a digital node, okay? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You should not be taxing digital nodes. It's not income, IRS. So we're already taking the risk of putting our energy and node energy code into taking part in these blockchains. So we need to be able to generate the fees, because for our entire life in the banking system, guess what the banks have done? Used our money to generate fees, and we don't get to take part of it. They just keep charging us money. They just keep charging us the fees. They take 100% of all the money that we already get taxed on, and we trust them to hold it in their banks. They lend it all out, and we get charged for it, and we don't get to take part of any of it. And they give us 0.5% in your checking account. And then, not to mention, for credit card, then they're going to charge you interest. Then in your savings account, they're only going to give you 3.5%, 4%. But they're able to lend out 100% of all your money. Do you understand that that's the game that these banks play? And now they're trying to come in and say that you can't do that now on crypto, which is DeFi. Now, do you understand how stupid that sounds? And how insane that is? So, you, as a citizen in the United States, can write your senator, write your governor, write your mayor, and say, what the hell? We've been getting taken advantage of this for centuries, and now they're coming for us in crypto? You better step back. We're getting the fees. That's what it's about. We become our own banks in crypto. We decide, we take part, we're taking the risk, we're getting the fees. You've been taking the fees from us and taxing us our entire banking life. We're taking the fees. Now, do you understand now what this all means? It's a balance of power of the banks coming in and say, yeah, we're not, I told you. But what we can do is know that the money's flowing in, and we need to be where it is. We need to be where it is. That means buying the native assets where this money's flowing, which is the native token. We need to be buying the DEXs where literally like all the action's going to be happening. And then we need to be positioning into even mid to low cap risks. I can't tell you what to buy. That's not what this channel is about. This channel is about getting your head in the game to just lock in. And then if you want to, in our private Discord, Telegram, all that stuff, we can get in the weeds. I'll tell you, we tell you what we're buying, but if you really want to get in the weeds, you want to follow trades, you want to do all that stuff, then get in the Discord. Because in the Discord, you're going to get all the access information, you're going to get all that stuff. It's free. The past 2 days past couple days, we've been destroying the calls. And honestly, following the markets very well. A lot of the fake out that was going to be happening here was people thinking that the 96K resistance was going to be obvious resistance for it to go back down into the other trading range of 90K. Short bears were like, all this stuff. They were thinking it was going to get pulled back again, really hard. Well, it didn't. It got hit, and I said it's probably going to just get a small pullback, and then it will break through the order block, and it's coming for 98K. So this is the next order block is 98K, and once it breaks through there, then we are going to get some really, really interesting moves happening. So I said that Bitcoin is eyeing to try and break through the 100K resistance and turn it into support like we did last year and go into the 200-day moving average. Now, if you look at the daily on Bitcoin, you can see that it's basically trying to do that. Now, instead of it getting Barted, we were potentially going to get Bart Simpsoned, and I made a joke. When people see this, people get scared. And I was like, don't do it. I said, don't you freaking do it. Don't do it, Bart. Don't freaking do it. I start seeing that massive candle and then some chop like this. And I'm like, no. Because literally it can just go and slide right back down. And Bart's like, all right, guys. All right, man. Let's wreck the market, man. And then it just, and you're like, whoa. But I've just felt it. I felt the momentum. I was feeling it. We were just scalping a little bit. We're basically just trading Bitcoin, ETH, and Sol right now. That's it. And we did trade some Pepe and some Crow over the past 2 days, and we were pretty successful with doing that. We had, if you can see here, where is our post? We want to show you real quick. Yeah, so we got the Crow, 108% move on Crow, and there was another one with Pepe. I don't know if we screenshotted that one. I think we screenshotted Pepe. Also, I told everyone, I said, look, you know, if you can't do a kickflip, get the F off my timeline and get to work. If I don't have time for shoobies and posers, so you better learn how to do a kickflip. Don't talk to me about how you've done hard stuff or whatever. Show me how you've literally fell 1,000,000 times and busted and bleeded and then still got up and tried to do it again. Because most people, when they say they've tried to do that, they just give up and quit because it's too hard and it's too scary for them. Not here. That's not how we operate here. It's not how we operate. We go into the uncomfortable stuff, and crypto's pretty uncomfortable. So, but with that uncomfortableness, we're going to be millionaires, my friends. Sorry, not millionaires. We'd be billionaires. We're going to be billionaires if we just survive and thrive long enough to be under this pressure that we feel right now. It's gonna be pretty phantasmal. All right, so yeah, we've just been trading Bitcoin, ETH, and SOL. They've been respecting these ranges, very, very clear ranges. And so we've just been going in and out, in and out, in and out. We're just closing trades, opening trades, closing trades, taking profit. We haven't had very many losses. We only had maybe 2 or 3 trades that were at a loss, but it wasn't even liquidated. It was just like I closed them because they were just at a certain point. But all trades, every single trade that we've taken, besides this one, yeah, okay, we had that one that was on, which one was that? That one did get liquidated. Okay, yeah. That one got liquidated, the 53 one. That was one liquidation. So we have one liquidation, 2 negative trades, and then all of the other trades have been in profit. So we've been doing pretty good. So because we made back all the profits, we made back what we lost in the liquidation, and we're catching the momentum. So it is looking good. It's looking good. And with that, we've taken some profits. We've DCA'd. We've tried to preserve it as much as possible, and then we've also gone back into the market, and we've just seen that, you know, Solana was forming a flag. It broke out of the flag, but when it breaks up and then it hits midway, I've noticed this is in trading and in patterns and in pattern recognition on the 15-minute chart. This is the 15-minute. And it can be revealed definitely in the 45-minute. I like the 45-minute chart. Small time frame charts. I love the 15, 45, long time frames, hour, 4 hour, weekly. Weekly is going to give you a really good macro break of where we're just starting to see strength and support and stuff like that, or massive resistance. If there's like a nice regression trend that we're going to be breaking out of. But on the 15-minute, you see a flag form and it breaks up halfway. I've noticed it just kind of goes sideways. It starts to range and bong around, and then it establishes a support, usually at around the bottom of the flag, where you get the flagpole. So the flagpole, you get that base, and then that's where we get, look, you have the established range. And then you just have to, it's just like you see, like if you can get the entry there, you just hold it. You can maybe take profits here. You can even hold the trade and let it go back to break even. And then look, oh, okay. Then you can try and re-enter back here, or you can be super risky and not even set a take profit or a stop loss and just be like, hey, I'm just going to wing it and then just see what happens. Because then if you have that open trade, you took the risk, you knew it was going to happen. You had look, it's either getting swamped or I'm gonna have a probability of it going back up to the flagpole area where we just called, and then you have a good profitable trade. You can make the decision to close the entire thing right now and notice that, like, okay, we hit resistance. Is it matching with volume? How is it looking with Bitcoin? So then you can say, okay, is this all because Bitcoin's going up? Yes. So is Bitcoin going to continue to go up? Well, like we just said, there's some levels that still need to get hit. Shorts got liquidated really hard. Longs are longing, and people are longing their longs. There was some FUD in the market, and yeah, gold and silver is breaking all-time highs. The stock market's breaking all-time highs. What do you think is going to be the next thing that breaks all-time highs? I mean, are you like, it's just, that's what it's been doing. So I think either the tomorrow with the Clarity Act actually being reviewed or voted on, or whatever's going to happen, revised. Then tomorrow, guys, big thing happened. Some stuff's happening tomorrow. If you're not paying attention right now, you are behind. You are making moves off of emotion. You're going to make moves off of seeing headlines. I'm telling you right now, I have inside sources that are telling me that silver is going to retrace down into the 70s again, possibly with the paper trading silver, futures contracts. And then with that, because they're going to make it super expensive like they already tried to do to hold the contracts. They're going to try and liquidate the longs. If they're successful, it will retrace the price. Then people are going to buy the crap out of that dip. That's when it hits $100 on the ticker, silver on the ticker. And then when you're going to go and try and buy spot silver like nickels and dimes and, you know, all the what people are buying right now with silver, that's going to be $120 an ounce. You're hearing it right here. You're not hearing it from some stupid AI Asian slop that's on the timeline right now. This is real information. Watch. And so what is that going to do when we're getting that, and then the dollar still just crushing down? The dollar's getting crushed. The dollar is getting absolutely crushed right now. If you look at the DXY, it's getting crushed. It's going down into this regression. It's just like descending wedge. Bull market is full on. I mean, we are riding into the bull market because when the dollar goes down, commodities and assets go up. This goes down, Bitcoin is going up. If you look and compare this to what's happening with silver right now, you literally just put silver on here. You could probably do this one, XAG silver, new price scale. Look at this. Look at the correlation. Look, silver up here. Look when the dollar was a little stronger when it was up here. Look where silver was. Look at the inverse correlation. So this is the like, banks are in trouble. The repo market, basically where they inject money into the banks. Like, I didn't really understand much of this. I know how the Federal Reserve works. I know that there's 12 districts. I know that those 12 district issues, and they have chairs and committees on each district. That's where the money gets printed out of these places. There's one locally near me. And this is where they actually print the money and then have certain amounts going to banks, and that's how that works. Then they digitally printed as well. So then there's money that's digitally printed and then issued. So it's like it's going both ways. And so the more that they keep doing this, and they're issuing more money, and they're just like gonna flood the system again, but they're not telling you that. This is going down here, and then so if we're buying still right here, and then by the time the dollar's here, we're going to be at all-time highs. And altcoin season's going to be flying, Bitcoin and ETH and everything, because Bitcoin and ETH are going up, and it's got that institutional grab on it. I don't care. That's liquidity. It's money. That's where it's going to come from. It's going to come from the game. It's not coming from retail. We haven't got the stimulus checks yet. Okay? It's not coming from retail. We haven't got the stimulus checks yet. Who's got the stimulus? The feds and the banks and the companies, the clubs you're not allowed in right now. That's who has the money. So they need to. So you're just been like, can you pump the bags, please? That's where I'm like, all right, just pump the bags. I don't care, because I don't want to hold gold or silver. Really, I'm just being honest. Like, I don't want to physically hold it. Like, I kind of do, but then I kind of don't. Like, that just means that I have a bunch of heavy gold and freaking silver around. Now I got to get more guns and stuff to protect it and hope no one takes it. But you know, it's just like, I don't know. But when money is on a blockchain in the air, on a you know, just like seed phrase, I just need to remember that 12 seed phrase and withstand methods of suffering. I don't know. We can buy gold and silver. I'm probably going to buy some. I might buy some when it dips. Hopefully I can be quick enough. But look, they're telling us to look over here. They're telling us to look over here while they're doing this. They're accumulating all the crypto. They're trying to get all the money, and they're trying to get the yield that we should be getting and that we can still get. We don't need to ask them permission to do it. You just join the Telegram, you join this channel, and we start going on chain, and we start doing this. We start using Kronos, Fulcrum. We start going on VVS. We start doing stuff. You can provide a loan on Tectonic, on Kronos chain if you want to. You can provide the loan just like a bank. But see, they won't tell you that because they want to do that. They want to do that. That's the game. They're just trying to make you go over here and look over here and get distracted with all the social justice stuff. And even with the fraud, they want to make you get distracted by all the fraud. Okay, cool. Like, get angry about the fraud. Okay, well, how are you going to get your money up? You getting angry about fraud, and even me getting angry about this AI agent slop dude. That's not going to get, like, me getting frustrated about it is not going to do anything. But what will do something and will change it is me taking action and steps to actually do something about it. So what am I going to do? I'm going to make exposés and just say, hey, this is what is happening right now. And if you're a content creator, just know that this is what you're up against. Simple as that. You just find ways to just be like, mock them. Just be like, look, if YouTube, you're doing this, I caught you, for one, and I'm not going to ever pay you for ads because you'll just flood it with AI slop and you're just going to push that instead. So I'm never going to pay Google any ads because they'll just take my money. So what I can do is find my own way. It's called guerrilla marketing. You know, it's called radio, TV. It's called organic growth. I don't have to pay Google ads because now that I know that they're doing this, that's the solution. So now I know, I just like, hey, I don't have to be confused anymore. I don't have to be like, well, why? Well, why is it blah, blah, blah? That's it. So now what do? I get better. I get sharper. I get more focused. I get more locked in, because if that's what it is, that's not going to change. It's only going to get worse unless they make a protocol to say you can't use the same AI person on a different channel. If it's a channel, if it's flagged, we're going to get the origin of the AI agent and only that channel can use it. Everyone else, you're banned. You got to make a different AI agent then. Get better. Like, because of the fact that it's the same guy, lazy, not authentic, and honestly, I can't believe that people are falling for it. They're just like, I'm just flagging them all. So that's my response to it. That's how I'm going to battle it. I'm going to continue to put out my content that is going to use a level of AI. I like using AI for doing my thumbnails and sometimes like it's pretty good at doing some B-roll stuff and so I want to bring in and bring home the fact that like I'm a real person. I have I feel like I have a good perception of what's going on. I'm cracking through the veil of different things and reality structures that I feel like set people back. So I want to present this as truth, as not just my truth, but a truth that I am finding in the matrix and in through the code. And it's more or less not like some of it is based on my opinion, but a lot of what I'm finding out, I'm figuring out to be true because it's just like I'm getting all the signals, the signs. My friends telling me this stuff, like people that are a lot older than me, smarter than me, been through a lot more, are then telling me the same stuff that I'm coming to the conclusions of. So I'm like, it has to be true. Then I would be living an entire giant lie in purgatory, and I'm like, still on an acid trip or something from when I was a teenager. I don't know. And I'm about to wake up. Like, I don't know what's going on. But like, yeah, so so that's why I think it's important to like just watch real people. I think it's going to be the content that people are going to starve for. Because AI is going to be, for me, it's obvious. I don't care how good it is. It's obvious when it's AI. You know when it's not a real interaction, emotion, and like, it's just, you could just tell. And so people are going to want this. It's just, that's how it is. And another way that we can, if you're a content creator, doesn't matter what you're talking about, if you notice this and you notice that there's channels that are making content the same as you, but they're getting more of the algorithm, but they're being lazy and using AI agents and not being a real person like we are, real. But real people are, quote, unpredictable and we're hard to control. That is literally the reason why they're doing this too. Sometimes it's not just about money, it's about control and the perception of the narrative. And if you are unpredictable and they can't track you, make sure you don't get out of line. This is why they're promoting these channels. Just basic surface level reality stuff that people are searching online, and then they click on that and they're like, okay, seems pretty obvious now at this point to me. Okay, let's continue down a little bit of this news for the stablecoin stuff. So and I think people like people. I like people. I like the people that I even disagree with, because you know what? It tests me. It tests me if I even believe in what I believe in. You know, that's the thing when people have hecklers and haters. It tests your strength. Like, it tests like, do you even believe what you say? Like, do you even believe what you say? Because when people get criticized, you're going to get shown if they believe it in themselves or not. Because when I get criticized about crypto or the things that I'm passionate about, like, I show a level of passion and I don't stand down and I defend myself and I don't cower and I don't go right into anger and defensiveness and be like, oh, fuck it. No, it's like, no, I stand strong in what I have learned from my direct experience, not from just me talking shit, not from just me blabbing my mouth. Everything that I've been talking about on this channel is from direct experience, and it's from me learning by my own means. Whether I've sought good counsel or great counsel or tried to figure it out the hard way on my own, I've done it all. So It's real stuff. All right. Now, what are the cons is that it's surveillance by design. We don't want to be surveilled. We want to be able to do this stuff, but we don't want every finger and everyone all up in our stuff trying to control us to every single facet. The transaction data becomes legible to regulators by default, which should not happen. This is why Vitalik and Richard Hart and a protocol on Solana called Zera is working on offline private digital cash. And so what is going to happen is that there is going to be, and I thought about this, is so philosophical. This is where crypto is the heartbeat of philosophical control and privacy, and whether or not it is dystopian or it's going to be the privacy layer and freedom chain to be able to use, because this is where it all rubber meets the road. This is where there's the line in the sand. Is crypto ultimately going to be the de facto CBDC control a dystopian mechanism to surveillance everyone and freeze your money if they don't like what you say, or if you're not, quote, being a net positive to the AI super mega mind that's going to be dictating whether you should live or die, and then that's going to dictate everything about your life? Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for Johnny? That's what is coming down the damn pipe, okay? Possibly that. I don't know. Does it sound familiar? But if that's the case, there is going to be people like Vitalik, people like Richard Hart, people like the Zera. There's going to be a split to where you have to make the choice. Am I going to be a pawn, a cog plugged into the matrix, being scored, being judged socially by my social score in this CBDC nightmare? Or am I going to use the networks and the systems, but in a way that is in a privacy protocol, which would be like Railgun, or which would be like Tornado Cash, or you're completely going on a completely new chain on a different on a blockchain similar to Bitcoin, but it's like Monero. So this is what is going to be a split off in our society of money. We're all going to be on the blockchain. That's the thing. We're all going to be on the blockchain, but are you going to make the choice to stay free with your privacy using the chains? Or are you going to just like use it? It's kind of, and this is what I thought about it. This is where I thought about it. We all have the ability to use the internet, right? And we all have a level of being able to use automobiles. But in a way, are you going to use the car that has OnStar and all the connections and where they could literally turn your car off if they wanted to? Or are you going to still use the car from back in the day that runs on gas and it's not connected to OnStar, but it gets you to point A to point B? You use the internet, but you can choose to make yourself private or not. The internet is Wild West if you want to go in without making sure that you're private, or you want to use a different IP address. This is the same that's going to be happening with crypto. It's the same. You will have a choice if you want to be spending your stable coins on an NFC tag using something like Zera. I bought these because this is bleeding edge culture tech. They're out of stock. I bought them. I didn't get a chance to get the token bundle with the reader, but there's such a supply shock for everything that they had to start 3D printing and making their own supply of stuff. Okay? So this is a way that you are going to be able to literally give people digital cash physically through an NFC tag, and it will then be represented and proved on the blockchain through the Zero protocol by using JSON let me go in. Let me make sure I'm not going to butcher this. Offline cache using JSON files that you would send in, and it uses it as a voucher. And so the vouchers, as long as they're uploaded into and then they're scanned properly, it vouches for the transaction from the peer-to-peer, and no one can go in there and see what it is. And so you can put certain amounts of value on these NFC tags, but what the NFC tag really is what you can do is someone can scan the NFC tag, and then when you scan it, that has the money on it, but also it's on the blockchain, but then also it can verify into their tag, into their wallet. Do you see what's happening here? This is a use case of privacy in real time. This is being demonstrated and actually being live streamed later today. So we're going to have Zara on the channel, because if you think about it, what's the point of this channel? Do you want to make money? Do you want to learn about the new stuff? Do you want to keep in the game? Do you want to take part of bleeding edge culture stuff? Watch this channel, because while everyone's giving you a bunch of garbage, we're over here about to show you the damn revolution of literally a company that's in Texas. There's Texas Stock Exchange. It's the only stock exchange next to the New York Stock Exchange. Look how Texas has been such a rebel in being very sovereign in their government, in their legislation, and just the power of Texas. You get what's happening here. It's the signals. Connect the dots. Connect the dots. This will be probably something that is going to be used institutionally to make sure that there's private cash. This is going to be pretty crazy. So I'm very curious. I'm building up a bag. I'm DCAing the crap out of this thing right now, because I've seen absolute trash garbage, just like white whale going up 100 million, 200 million, however the hell million it is. And that's literally just a farmer of a trader that is used the algorithm by attention grabbing farming, which I think in some cases, when you're doing it to the means of what they're doing and using the exchanges, and the exchanges use their reach to then pump it and act like they're not all in it together to then get the supply and get the exchanges and all this stuff. Yeah, it's all a freaking stupid scam with that crap. But when you have something like this, people in real buildings, real people on camera, real people that work for things like MetaMask or whatever, building stuff, and it's under 30 million, yeah, that's probably a real token. That's probably a real token. That's probably real. Everything else like that is fabricated and fake. It's pretty obvious. So I'll tell you here right now. Not that you can't make money on it. Not that you can't try and trade it and to take the risk, but I'm just telling you, like, how do you think it gets up there that fast? It's not through organic growth and real buyers and people being like, oh, all of a sudden I'm a white whale buyer. Tell me that with a straight face. Tell me that with a straight face. Tell me with a straight face that MEXC and all those exchanges didn't already have the plan to do a white whale token this whole freaking time. It's bait and switch, my friends. It's the bait and switch. That's all. Gotta follow it. Gotta know it. All right, so somehow my channel popped and got a little pop yesterday and over the past 2 days, and we got an extra 40 subscribers. So I want to say welcome to any of the new subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. We do these live streams Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We post dedicated videos on every single platform: X, YouTube, Rumble, Kick, Twitch. And we have a Discord. The link is in the description. If you want to join the Discord, you'll be brought to the verify section. The way that you verify in the Discord and get access is that you just have to sign up with the link. The new link that we are having exclusive Dano Dojo crew bonus with, sign-up bonus, is with WEEX. So check it out. Let me show you the description here. Just a second. Go to the channel. Make sure you hit the like button too. The more likes that we get, the more that we get put in the search. And so with this exchange link, once you sign up with this, and you just have to in the verify section. So once you get in, like you go here, you'll get sent to the verify section. And once you're in here, you just have to post your, like, a screenshot or something that you signed up with the link and that you're all signed up, and that's it. And just you can make a deposit if you want. You can or not, whatever. I mean, I'd encourage you to, because you'll get a bonus. Right now, WEEX is doing a thing where if you deposit some stable coins or whatever you deposit, I think they're gonna match it. Like you'll get like a match, and also they're doing a high yield on the stable coin. Now, when I'm gonna tell you this, okay? No, I'll promote stuff, but then I'm gonna tell you the truth. Stable coin yield is risky. Okay, I don't care where it is. I don't care what the exchange is. If you're going to do anything where you're going to stake your coins and try and get yield, just know you could lose all your coins. Okay? You could freaking lose all your damn coins. So when you're doing this stuff, you need to be careful, and you need to have proper risk management. Don't have all your eggs in one basket. If there's an exchange offering some yield, don't be like, oh my God, let me put my whole stack in there. Just test it out. Test it out with $100. Test it out with like money you could be willing to lose and not freak out over. That's what people make the mistake. They go all in on something, and then they full port something, and then something happens, the protocol or whatever it is could get hacked. I mean, you could get drained, and then the token itself goes down 90%. It can happen, okay? No, nothing is risk-free. So when you hear Raoul Paul and all these joker blows out here saying, oh, it's basically risk-free, fuck those dudes. Sorry, excuse my language, but dude, they are hurting people. I should have tens of thousands of subscribers because I'm going to tell you the truth. I've used these exchanges. I've been burned. It's not risk-free. You have to play the game. Justin Sun learned real quick shit ain't risk-free. He invested into World Liberty Financial and had all of his assets locked real quick. It ain't risk-free, but we have to do our best. So you just take advantage of where you can, and then you just see if something ain't right, you get the hell out. So a lot of the times what I like to do is I'll support things that will give good support back. And if I haven't heard anything crazy or that people have had a bad experience, then I will promote it, and I will make sure that I promote it well. And so with something like WEEX, I've actually heard a lot of people have had pretty good experiences. I've had even people that are like work in crypto that they've had good experiences. So cool. Unless I hear otherwise, then we'll test it out. We'll try it out. So with that, if you want to check out the link, you test out the link, and then you will post it in the verify section. And once you do that, then I will make sure you have access, and also my admins in here. So we have some amazing admins in here that are going to take this damn Discord to the next level. And also in the Telegram, and they will probably already be super quick on it and make sure you're verified and get access. That means you're going to get access to the trade setups. There's traders also in here that are going to give you some of their trade setups, and it's up to you if you want to follow them or not, or you can just kind of to help you get kind of like a tick on the market. Like basically, if you were already in this Discord, we posted about these pre-runs 2 days ago. So we posted about some of these setups and these trades already, kind of giving you guys a bit of a tip off a little bit. And if you were watching the live streams too, we were talking about it the whole time, and we broke down some TA that basically was dead on. I mean, we hit it dead on, like nail on the head. We said, look, we're not 100%. We don't have a 100% win rate. No one does. But as of late, I think I got a good head on my shoulders right now, following the money and just kind of following the trend. And we've been bonked and swanked and swanked and, oh my God, like so much over the past year. And 2025 was like part of being in crypto as a prerequisite. It's about having all those expectations and having none of them be met. And are you going to then either be curled up in a ball in like depression for like the next year? Or are you going to like get your ass up and say, okay, that was an interesting year. Let's go into the next year and kick its ass. This is what, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I want that dollar crushed because that means we are in bull season. Adrian! Love you, Adrian! Oh yeah. Now that we've talked about crypto for an hour, but now I want to give you guys a little strategy tip off, okay? Now, obviously, silver and gold are pumping. The supply is in shortage for companies that are ordering gold and silver for production. What else do you think is going to pump besides gold and silver itself? It's the gold and silver mining trusts and ETFs and all the companies that have to get the silver. So I made a Roth IRA hedge portfolio in Robinhood that has those tickers, and in the digital parallel, I have the tickers for Circle minting USDC. So Circle, MicroStrategy, so strategy, Strategy's preferred stock that earns the yield, Tesla, and the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. And so it's 12 stocks hitting every single sector. You're on the Bitcoin narrative and Ethereum narrative, mining in all sectors, Bitcoin and gold and silver, the minting of stables and the stablecoin super cycle, and AI and robotics. Done deal. I'm already up 15%. I'm already up 15%. I put in $50. I'm already up 15%. It's like 10%. Everything that I put in a week ago has ripped up 5-6%. The only thing that's down is Tesla. So this has been my play with it going into the stock market, is to be doing this through in Roth IRA because they will match it 2%. So all depends on how much you're putting in and then also what you're investing in, because we are trend trading, trend investing. This is the trend going up. Tesla putting a robot in every single house and being the predominant energy like provider for the United States in terms of, and heavily connected with SpaceX. SpaceX is going to go public. Every company is subsequent with the value of all these being successful, taking over. I think Tesla's going to go to $1,000 or even maybe $1,200 over the next 2 years. Also, coin. There's 12 stocks, coin too. So not just Circle, but coin too. So Circle and coin. So this is where, so it's funny. I'm trying to get exposure out of crypto, and then I end up just doing everything that's directly related to crypto. I couldn't help it. No, Martinez Brownie. No, because you're fake. Every time someone says that, hey, mate, I really love your stream and enjoy being a part of your fan community. No one talks like that. You're not a real person. Get out of here. I'm going to ban you right now. You're added to the block list. No one talks like that. No one talks like that. No, I'm not sending you the Discord link. If you want to click on it. It's on YouTube. If you're a real person, then click on it. Yeah, so just think about it. Like, look, there's Bullish, Robinhood, Galaxy Digital, MSTR, Strategy, Coin, Tesla, Nvidia, STRC. I think there's STRK. Is it STRK too? Yeah, STRK. Yeah, MicroStrategy. Yeah, this is STRK. See, this is the one that I'm curious about. That's the one that I went into, because there's STRC, STRK. I think there's like 3 or 4 different preferred stocks that you can do with strategy. They all generate yield and earn, I think it's like 10% or 7%, like indefinitely. It's just like it's always going to yield that percentage. So then, and it's institutional, international grade. So it's like, not only is it going to that you can get like access capital, like, or get capital flow through these to get Bitcoin yield without buying Bitcoin. It's basically how other entities can get exposure through strategy. So that's how they did their whole business model. Their whole business model now changed to where they're they're basically like a yield stock generating debt Bitcoin collateralized like debt issuer. So where it's like, we use debt to buy Bitcoin. We get a better interest rate than you do because we're able to do it so cheap. And then we can use all the buybacks, all the different things to be able to keep getting more Bitcoin to service the preferred stocks to generate the yield over time. It's a limited supply that's now not based on, it's more so based on the value of Bitcoin, not necessarily the value of the dollar. Bitcoin goes up, holy shit, everyone's rich and still generating 8%, almost 10% yield on these stocks. I think that's what he's trying to do. And everyone's trying to FUD. And yes, they're asking questions. It's okay to ask questions. But I feel like people, what they're doing is asking questions to continue to be non-believers. Everyone keeps asking questions. It's like, you believe and know that the fiat system is doing what they're doing and why they've ruined everything, but you continue to use it and like, okay, cool. So why not like be in the trailblazing area of saying like, okay, I get what you're trying to do. There's probably going to be some risk. Well, let's see what happens. I'm ready to be along for the ride, because I will die. God forbid I'd be on the sidelines being like, well, I wonder if that was going to work or not. I put some money in it and see if it does. Because at the point where you're just fudding and talking yourself out of experiencing risk, you're not going to be rich. You're going to stay literally exactly where you are. If you want to do that, go for it. I don't. I sure as hell don't. You know how frustrating it is to just be stuck sidelined in a game or in an RPG where you just like haven't progressed? You want to get to the next level. You want to beat the boss. You want to beat the final boss. What's the final boss? It's yourself. It's yourself. The final boss is you. You'll get convinced that you gotta blame everyone else. You gotta blame the market. You gotta blame the game, the system. Oh, it's rigged. No, blame yourself. The only final boss that's at the end of the game. Have you ever played Pokemon? That was the whole thing. You know, I got reminded that was the whole, like, holy schwa. It was the trainer from, it was you. It was you the whole time. And that, my friends, is today's live stream. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, ding the bell to be notified, and check out all the links in the description. Helps directly support the channel. And you better turn noties on for me, because we're not messing around this year. And if you want to make some money and you want to freaking like level the hell up, you start following me and the people that are in my circle and the thing that we're creating in the community, the dojo crew, because we're taking over. We're taking over. This isn't no pansy cabal, vape cabal, I'm moving to New York type shit. No, you're getting in the deep bowl with me, my friends. You're getting in the deep bowl. You're hitting the coping. So you better turn notifications on if you want to take this shit seriously. All right. Have a good day.